Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Glenrich Maths. Today we are going to solve a question on arithmetic and geometric progressions. And the question belongs to paper 0606/12 for the session October November 2024. Let's see the question number 10. We are going to solve question number 10, and you can see that I have already solved the question. Now I am going to explain how I have solved this one. At the beginning, I am showing you the whole solution so that you can copy it down. Well, let's see the question. The question says the first three terms. This is question number 10. Don't forget that. This is question number 10. It says the first three terms of an arithmetic progression are 2 10 to x, 5 10 to x, 8 10 to x. Find the values of x where negative 180 until 180 is the range or domain of x, for which the sum to 30 term is 450 square root over 3. So sum of the 30 terms have been given. This is the clue words, and you know how to start an arithmetic progression. We always start with the first term. First term a is given 2 10x 10 to x, and common difference d is, you know how to find the common difference. We just do the subtraction. Second term should be subtracted from the first term. That means difference between every two consecutive numbers or quantities. So if we look at these, our third term is second term is 5 10 to x, and first term is 2 10 to x. Then we got the difference as our d value of d is 3 10 to x. If we subtract 2 10 to x from 5 10 to x, it is 3 10 to x. Now they have told that the sum of 30 terms, okay, sum of 30 terms, we can write this way: sum of 30 terms. Okay, the formula for sum of an arithmetic progression is equal to, if n is the number of terms, then it is n by 2 into 2a plus 2a 2a plus n minus 1 into d, n minus 1 into d. Well, so we have written as 30 because our number of term is 30. So 30 by 2 into 2a, to the formula, this is 2a. So 2, then a is 2 10x, then n minus 1, n is 30 minus 1 into d is our 3 10 2x. And they have already given us that the sum of the 30 term is 455 square root over 3. So this is the right side. So we have formed an equation. Then if we divide 30 by 2, it is going to be 15, and 2 2s are 4 4 10 2x plus 30 minus 1 means 29 into 3, 29 into 3 is 87, 10 2x is equal to 455 square root over 3. Then if we multiply this 15 into, look at this, 4 10 2x plus 87 10 2x, if we add up 87 plus 4 91, so 15 into 91 10 2x equal to, right side is unchanged, 455 into square root over 3. Then 10 2x is equal to this 15 into 91. 15 into 91 has been written in the denominator. Okay, on the left side it was numerator, in the right side it is denominator, just transposition. After that, what are we going to get? If we multiply 15 into 91, it is going to 91 can dissolve this 455 by 5. 5 91s are 455. Then this 5 can dissolve this 15. It is 3. 3 5s are 15. So ultimately our numerator is square root over 3 and denominator is 3, square root over 3 over 3. And if 3 is divided by square root over 3, it is going to be 1 over square root over 3. This is ultimately our right side. Now if we transpose this tan to the right side, what will happen? 2x is equal to tan inverse of 1 square root over 3. Now tan inverse of 1 over square root of 3, this is actually our range. Now we will have to look at our domain, the given domain, because look at our angle is here. What angle is our 2x? Angle is 2x, means it is a transformed curve. It is not the original tan function or tan graph. This is transformed graph. So for the transformed function, we will have to redefine the given domain. Let's see the given domain. What is the given domain? In the question, the domain has been given. Let us see. The domain is over here. What is the domain given? Domain is given from negative 80 until positive 80. This is the domain of x. I mean domain. So x will, the value of x may be minimum from 180 until positive 180. So we have written here our domain. This is our domain. We have written from domain is from negative 120. This is our domain. Okay, this is the domain that starting from negative 180 until 180. Well, then our function has been transformed. It has been compressed with the factor of 2. That means it is a compressed function or graph. Now our compressed function is actually this. Look at this. This is 2x. How much was it? It was not x at all. This is 2x. So for 2x, it is going to be, we will have to, this is the given domain. So we will multiply every side by 2. If we multiply by 2, this is the left side has become negative 180 into 2, and it will be 2x, no more x. Okay, so then on the negatives on each side, if we multiply by 2, the negative side, extreme left side, is going to be negative 360, and this is 2x, and extreme right side is 360. That means our value of x will be between 360 until between negative 360 until 360. Now our basic angle is what? Our basic angle is tan inverse of, this is our basic angle. Okay, this is our basic angle. Basic angle is tan inverse of 1 over root over 3. Tan inverse of 1 over root over 3 is actually 30 degree. Tan inverse of tan inverse of 1 over root over 3 is 30 degrees. So our basic angle is 30 degree. Then we will look at the redefined domain. Our domain starts from negative 360 until positive 360. Let's see where does negative 360, as our this angle is positive. Here this is positive. Look, our value is positive, our range is positive. As this is positive, tan angles will fall, positive value tan angle will fall either over first, either this quadrant or third quadrant. So these two quadrants may have the angle. Now let's see, our angle starts from negative 360 until 360. So we can take for 360, look, 360 falls in the fourth quadrant, this quadrant. So we can actually choose both of the values, these as well as these values can be taken. Well, let's start calculating. For positive value of x, the angle will fall either in this quadrant or the third quadrant. Okay, so for the first quadrant, its value we have already determined that this is 30 degree, and for the third quadrant it will be, so first value will be 30 degree, and second value will be, it is in the third quadrant, so second quadrant means 180, 180 plus 30. So we have got two values in anti-clockwise direction for positive value. Okay, then if we wrote, because look, our value satisfies the negative value, our x satisfies the negative value also, that means in anti-clockwise direction. Let me erase this. Now anti-clockwise direction, sorry, clockwise direction, already anti-clockwise direction for positive value, we have got two values of x in anti-clockwise direction. Now clockwise direction, so for clockwise direction it will start from here, from the fourth quadrant. If it start, either the angle is this, so what will be the angle of this, as this is rotating clockwise direction, it will be negative 180. Okay, negative 180. From negative 180 this portion should be subtracted. Okay, our angle is actually up to, let me erase this, our angle is this one actually, this is our angle. Okay, up to this, and we have come to know that this is 30 degree. Well, so up to this angle will be negative 180, because we are moving clockwise direction. So 180 minus 30, sorry, minus means there will be different symbol, plus 30. So this is for the third quadrant, and as it covers negative 360 is also included, so we can, angle will be on this. Okay, so this means it is 3 total, the sum of all quadrants is 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree minus, this is minus negative 360 degree because we are moving clockwise direction. Then from this we will have to subtract our basic angle 30 degree. So for clockwise direction we have got two values. These two values are for clockwise direction, and these two values are for, these two first two values are for anti-clockwise direction, means for positive value, and the last two values are for clockwise direction, means negative value. If we calculate, what is it going to be, first one is 30, second one is going to be 180 plus 30 means 210, and third one is going to be negative 150, negative 150, fourth value is negative 330, negative 330. Okay, so we have written all of this value here over here, as the first value was our 30, second value was 180 plus 30, as let me show you here again. So for positive, actually the angle is over here and here. In anti-clockwise anti-clockwise direction, this is your angle, so it is either 30 or 180 plus 30. Then for anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, it will be either this is your angle, or it will be over this. Okay, so for the third quadrant, it is going to be negative, as we are rotating clockwise direction, so it is negative 180, negative 180 plus 30, first value. The second value is negative until the last destination, it's 360. So from negative 360 we are subtracting our basic angle, our basic angle is 30 degree, so negative 360 plus 30. So ultimately what have we got, we have got that 2x, we should not forget that our left, our root is now 2x. Okay, so 2x is equal to, what have we got, 2x equal to 30, first value was 30, second value was 210, third value was negative 150, and fourth value was negative 330. Then if we divide every quantity by 2, it is going to be, we have written in ascending order. The smallest value is this, the last one, so it is negative 165, the first value. Second one is, if we divide 150, negative 150 by 2, it is negative 75. Then third value is this, third smallest value is 30, 30, if 30 is divided by 2, it is 15, and the last value, greatest value is 210. If it is divided by 2, it is going to be 105. So ultimately this is our answer, these four values are to be taken. Let me erase this unnecessary part so that you can copy it. This is what the whole solution look. I think you have understood how to find here. Just don't forget the direction. Look at this. Here, this is your domain should be redefined because our angle is here. Look, not x is not the our domain. Actually, our domain is 2x. Okay, so as this is 2x, we will have to convert the domain, given domain should be converted to the required format. So our basic angle is 30. Then always for both the negative as well as positive, both direction is accepted. So in negative direction the angle will be either positive direction, angle will be either this one or angle will be this one. And for this was for positive value of x, for negative value of x the angle will be either this one or angle will be this one. So in both cases from 180 if we subtract, but it is negative direction, that's when from negative 180 we will subtract this 30 degree, as we have done over here. You can see here we have done this one. For positive it's 30 and 180 plus 30, then for the this one third quadrant. But for negative it's from negative 180 you will have to subtract positive 30. Same goes for the fourth quadrant, I mean not fourth quadrant, first quadrant in clockwise direction. From negative 360 we have subtracted 30. So these are our values. Let's see the question number B, which is the most twisted question of this paper. The question says the first three terms of a geometric progression are 5 cos square theta minus pi over 2, 2 cos raised to 4 theta minus pi over 2, 80 cos raised to 6 theta minus pi over 2, where the domain is given over here. This is the domain, and we can see that this is not an original function, so we will have to redefine the given domain. Okay, let's start our solution since the beginning. The first, when first of all we will have to find the first term as well as common ratio. Our first term is given 5 cos square, first term A. First term is given 5 cos square theta minus pi over 2. And common ratio, in case of arithmetic progression, we have subtracted the first term from the second term. But in case of geometric progression, we will divide the second term by the first term. So if we divide 20 cos raised to 4 theta minus pi over 2 by 5 cos square theta minus pi over 2, it will be actually 4. 5 fours are 20, it is 4. So ultimately we have got our ratio, common ratio is 4 cos square theta minus pi over 2. Now let's see what actually question says. The question asks us to find the values of theta. Look, it is written values of theta for which this geometric progression has a sum to infinity. So they have told us to find the set of values of theta so that the series has a sum up to infinity. So for a series to be infinitive, we have a concept. The concept is for sum to infinity. For sum to infinity, the R, I mean common ratio, will the range of the common ratio will be from -1 until 1. Okay, so we have written -1, and our common ratio already we have obtained. Our common ratio is 4 cos square theta minus pi over 2. So instead of R, we have written this. Now the question is, our range is here from -1 until +1, but as our R is actually square term, so square quantity can never be negative at all. Minimum it can be 0. That's why we have written 0 on the left side instead of -1. So the first twist, remember, we know that cos values may vary from -1 until 1. So but as this is square cos square function. So cos square function will look like this. It will not never go down the x-axis. Okay, it will not go down the x-axis. Let me draw it. Suppose this is the cos function, so it is not below the x-axis. That means 0 is its minimum value. So negative 1 cannot be accepted in this case. That's why instead of negative 1 we have written that minimum value will be 0, and it may be more than that until 1. Until 1, like this. Okay, it will be 0 or until 1. Until 1, this is 1. Well, then what have we written here? Left side is 0, then 4 cos square. If 4 is this 4, look at this. This 4, if this 4 is to be omitted, then we have multiplied everyone by 4. This one has been multiplied by, sorry, not multiply, we have done division. If we divide this 0 by 4, then this by also, this was 4. Let me write this here. If we divide 0 by 4 and this 4 over 4 and this 1 over 4, so what will it be? 0 4, it will be 0. Extreme left side is 0, then 4 4s are 1, and right side will be 1 over 4. So this is our function now. Okay, this is our inequality. In this inequality, what did we get? On the left side there is 0 less than cos theta minus pi over 2 equal to, now look at this, here it was square, isn't it? So if square is to be omitted or removed, it will be what? 1 over 4 will be turned to plus minus half. Now this is our, suppose it is 0 until plus minus half. This is our r. Okay, you know that an inequality, this makes no sense that r is less than half or r is less than negative half. So it is actually, how to write this, it will be from negative half until positive half. So on the left side it will be negative half. Once again I am telling this, look at this, this is negative half. Let me erase this. Simultaneously you cannot tell that something is less than half or less than negative half. It means actually this is from negative half until negative half until, suppose this is r, until half. That means the value will be more than negative half or and less than positive half. So this should be written in this way as I have written. Let me show you. Here it will be, the inequality will be actually this one, from negative half until positive half, less than positive half, not, they are not inclusive. Well, then if we transpose this cos, look at this, this is our function is what? Cos. This cos, if this cos is taken on the left side, it will be cos inverse, and if this cos is taken to the right side, it will be cos inverse. So on the left side, extreme left side, it is cos inverse of negative half. On the extreme right side, it is cos inverse of positive half. Now as this is inequality, before finding or forming in inequality, we will find the critical values. Critical values means we will find the actually equation. In instead of inequality we will use equation. So first we are going to use the left side. Okay, extreme left side. This is cos theta, this one, theta minus pi over 2, this theta minus pi over 2 is equal to what? This portion, cos inverse of negative half, or theta minus pi over 2. Now we will find our domain. What does domain say? We'll have to redefine our domain in this stage, because our function is, our root is, or variable is not, this is not original cos function, this is transformed, translated function or graph. So we will have to redefine our domain. Let's see the domain. The domain is given, what is it? The domain given is over here, look, where negative pi over 6 until 7 pi over 6. This is the domain, and we will redefine our domain. Look, the domain is given from negative pi over 6 until 7 pi over 6. So we are, but our function is what? Our domain is here, variable is what? Theta minus pi over 2. Let me show you. This is theta minus pi over 2. Look, this is theta minus pi over 2. So we are going to redefine this. Then we have subtracted minus pi over 2 here on the left side, as well as at the middle, as well as at the right side. We have subtracted pi over 2 from every side. Then on the left side it will be minus 4, the negative 2, it will be 1 pi plus 3 pi. So ultimately it is going to be negative 4 pi, and this is our variable. And then right side it is going to be 7 pi minus 3 pi, so it will be 4 pi. So ultimately our redefined domain is what? From negative 4 pi over 6 until 4 pi over 6. So if we write it in degree, that will be very easy for us to understand. So it is negative 20 until positive 20. So our domain, the set of values of domain will be from negative 20 until 120. So then we will see that negative 20, okay, for negative 20 means it will fall over here in this quadrant. For positives, for it, this is negative 20, as well as this is positive 20, and the third quadrant will be negative 20, because in clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. Let's solve it practically. First of all, we will have to find, look at this, the critical values. Okay, let me show you. This is our, we are at the stage of finding critical values. Okay, first of all, we have picked up this side. Okay, this inequality. Okay, because this is complex inequality, one after the other we will solve. So this is a theta minus pi over 2 is, for critical values we have used equal symbol, though this is not equal. Later on we will form the inequality. Okay, pi minus theta minus pi over 2 is equal to cos inverse of negative half. So cos inverse of negative half means, first of all, we should know half is equal to cos inverse of half. Cos inverse of half is actually, this is pi over 6, means 30 degree. Okay, pi over 6. So our basic angle is pi over 6. We have obtained that our basic angle is pi over 6. Now we will find the quadrant in both direction. First, for positive values, look at this, it will move on this anti-clockwise direction. Okay, for positive value, cos will fall either over here in the second quadrant or in the third one. Sorry, this is for negative value. Okay, for negative, because this is negative, our value is negative, range is negative, so it will fall either on the second quadrant or third quadrant. So if it falls anti-clockwise direction for positive value, positive, it is 120, so we can accept. Then anti-clockwise direction, the angle will be this one. Okay, so what will it be angle? As this one is pi over 6, so total from till the last of the second quadrant is 180, means pi. So from pi minus pi over 3, we'll just subtract this portion. We will just subtract this portion. Okay, if we from 180, from pi, if we subtract this portion, it will be pi minus pi over 3. Then for anti-clockwise direction, means for positive value, our maximum positive value is what? It will be 120. We have already redefined the domain, it will be 120. If angle falls in the third quadrant in this way, means in this way, it must be more than 180, which is not necessary to be obtained. They have told, they have given us the domain is 120 maximum, it will be equal or less than max. So it can no way angle in anti-clockwise direction, it cannot fall on the third quadrant. That means for positive value in anti-clockwise direction, we can get only one value from for this one. Okay, now clockwise direction means for negative value, negative total upper bound is also negative 120. So in this way, if we can find this one, okay, if we get this angle same way, minus as it is moving clockwise direction, so total is negative pi, and from that we will have to subtract pi over 3, pi over 3, it's not 6, it should be 3. Okay, pi over 3, because cos pi over 3 is equal to half. Well, so for anti-clockwise direction, now anti-clockwise direction, can the angle fall on the this quadrant? Not at all, because this is more than pi. Okay, pi is over here, here is pi. Okay, negative pi, positive pi in anti-clockwise direction and negative pi in the clockwise direction, but both ways this axis, horizontal axis, is pi. So it cannot be less than pi. Maximum it will be negative 120. Look, negative 120. So clockwise direction we cannot move until this one cannot be moved. That's why only one value in clockwise direction and another value for anti-clockwise direction. One is for clockwise anti-clockwise direction, pi minus pi over 3. For clockwise direction, negative pi plus pi over 3, means subtraction. Then if we do subtraction, it is going to be 3 pi minus 1 pi, it is 2 pi over 3. Then from the left side, this one, from the left side we are bringing this to the right side, pi over 2. Same goes here also. If we simplify here, this is going to be negative 2 pi over 3, and from the left side we have brought this on the right side. So ultimately if we calculate, it is going to be 7 pi over 6, and the third next one is going to be pi over 6. So this is the value we have got for one inequality. That means this part has been obtained. Now we will find the another inequality, another values for another inequality. It is like right side. Let us take this right side. So this one is for theta minus, I have written here, for theta minus pi over 2, theta minus pi over 2 equal to cos positive, this here on the right side, cos positive half. Okay, for negative positive half, actually the value was, basic angle was pi over 3. Now we will just find, using our quadrant concept, we will find out the values. Let me erase the previous part. So this is our function. Okay, theta minus pi over 2 is equal to cos inverse of half. So for for positive half, if the value of cos is half, cos is positive in the first quadrant as well as fourth quadrant. Okay, now let's see our redefined domain. Domain is, look, negative 120 until 120. So for negative 120, it cannot be, for negative, we will have to go anti-clockwise. If we go anti-clockwise, the angle cannot be on the first quadrant. Look, in clockwise direction, because it must be more than 120. This is more than, not 120, it is more than 270. So the clockwise direction we cannot choose this. Same goes, okay, if we cannot choose this, then what will happen for clockwise direction? Let's see the clockwise direction. In clockwise direction, this is our basic angle, is this is pi over 3, we have already used and decided. So this is our first quadrant, but clockwise direction, can angle fall on the fourth quadrant? Not at all, because this is more than 270. This is 3 pi over 2, means this is more than pi, or more than pi. Yes, this is not more than pi, more than 3 pi over 2, means more than 270 degree. But it is in positive direction, means anti-clockwise direction, it may be maximum 120. So neither clockwise direction we can accept the second value, nor clockwise direction we can accept the, neither clockwise anti-clockwise direction we can accept the second value, nor clockwise direction we can accept the second value. Both ways actually we can take only one value. So let me erase this unnecessary part so that you can understand better. We have already understood that in both direction, clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, we can accept only one value, and this one is negative pi over 3. Okay, for anti-clockwise direction, this way, and this is for clockwise, sorry, this is anti-clockwise direction, and this one is clockwise direction. Well, so we have got only two value. This is first value is pi over 3, and in clockwise direction negative pi over 3. So from the left side, if we transpose this to the right side, it is going to be pi over 3 plus pi over 2, and the second value will be negative pi over 3 plus pi over 2. Then after simplification we have got two values, 5 pi over 6 and pi over 6. So the final twist is going to happen now. Actually, these are not the critical, they didn't give us critical value, they didn't tell to find the exact values or discrete values of this. They have told us to find the inequality set of values actually. So how can we form the set of values? Because our range, our basic question was what? To find the common ratio. Common ratio is, let me show you. What was our basic question? Our basic question was this. Nothing but this. Let me erase this. This was our inequalities. Well, actually we are doing all of this for this inequality. Well, now we got four critical values. How many? Two are over here, two values are over here, these two values. Before that, let me erase again. First, these are the two values, then the last two values according to our redefined domain, these are the values theta can take. But look at this, our what was our inequality? First this part. Okay, so for this part, how will we write here? We will have to form the equality that if we write first smallest value, which one is the smallest of all values? This one is the smallest of all values, negative pi over 6. So we will write from negative pi over 6 until another one is second smallest value is what? Pi over 6. Then the third smallest value is 5 pi over 6. So first we have written the first two smallest values, this, and then we have written the last two smallest or greatest value, whatever you tell. Now the question is, what will happen? Our r is what? This is already we have obtained. Our r is this. We didn't forget this. Our r is what? 4 cos square theta. Let me write over here. 4 cos square theta minus pi over 2. Okay, this is our ratio, common ratio. Now if the final twist, we are going to untie the knot. Here the final twist is, we have already formed the inequality set of values from negative pi over 6 until pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6 until 7 pi over 6. In between them there is a gap. What is that gap? Let us see. Here actually 0 cannot be included. Okay, theta cannot be 0. Why not? If theta is 0, what will it be? 4 cos square, it is 0 minus pi over what? Pi over 2. And cos negative pi over 2 is equal to what? It is 0. Cos negative pi over 2 is 0. 0 square means 0. So can our common ratio be 0? So this is a very crucial concept of this solution, that r can never be 0. R can never be 0. I mean common ratio cannot be 0. That's why if you substitute theta is substituted as 0, then it makes no sense. R is a quantity. Quantity can never be, practical quantity can never be 0. Okay. Then for the second case, here also, if we include theta is equal to pi, what will happen? Let me erase this again. If we include, our common ratio is what? 4 cos square theta minus pi over 2. Well, and it is going to be 4 cos square. If theta is pi, look, if we accept pi, then pi minus pi over 2 means pi over 2. From 1 pi, if half pi is separate, then half pi. So cos pi is equal to, cos pi is equal to actually 0. So 0 square means 0. Again, if theta takes the value of pi, then it becomes 0. R cannot be 0 at all. R is the common ratio, that means a quantity. Practically a quantity cannot be 0. That's why we cannot write, otherwise we could have written very simply, as I have told, there is a twist, it's minus 6 until we could have written the greatest value is 7 pi over 6. We could have written easily this, both the quantities, both the inequalities can be written together. The minimum value is negative pi over 6 and maximum value is 7 pi over 6. So why can't we write this? So this is the twist. If we, all the values in this range cannot be accepted, because as I have shown, if we use 0 instead of theta, then common ratio becomes theta, which is not accepted at all. If we use pi instead of theta, again it will produce 0 as common ratio, which is not mathematically correct. That's why we have formed two inequalities. From first inequality, we have chosen the smallest value less than this, which doesn't include that, this is the lowest two values which doesn't include 0. And then in among between the first two value, I mean greatest two values, the theta is not included. So this must be you know written as side note, otherwise your solution will remain incomplete. I think I tried my level best to make you understand, and there are many twists in this question. In the same question, I have tried to explain every little part so that you can understand it better. If it benefits you in the least bit, then I will be thankful to Almighty Allah. For the last moment, let me show you the solution number B again so that you can copy it. This is what the whole solution of B is. Basic angle is not pi over 6, it is pi over 3. That means 60 degree, cos 60 degree is equal to half. So what are the twist here? First twist is we should know that they told find the set of the values of theta. They have written just find the value of theta so that the progression has a sum up to infinity. Okay, so for having sum to infinity for a geometric progression, actually r should be this r, the value of r should be in the range of -1 until 1. But here the first twist we faced here, cos square, here cos square can never take the value of -1 because square values is at least 0 and above. So first twist is here, that this in lower value, lower limit has been 0. After that, the second twist, we have, there are two twists. One is domain is not, this is not cosine, original cosine function, that's why we had to redefine the given domain. Then from the given domain we have got that the value of theta may be in the range of -120 to 120. After that, as there is both negative and positive limit, then both, for positive we moved anti-clockwise direction, and for negative value we moved clockwise direction, and our basic angle is pi over 3. Ultimately, then when we reached at this step, we we can see that there is a complex inequality. That means there are two parts in this inequality, so one after the other. First of all, we have chosen the left side, and the inequality has been formed later on. First of all, we obtained the critical values, that means using equal symbol. Then first two critical values were this, and last two critical values was this. After that we have formed two inequalities, and in each equalities there was something excluded, as I have explained. So that's all from my end, and I am grateful to Almighty Allah for being a tiny part of your help or assistance. If you face any problem to solve any questions of O and A level, please let me know through my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number is available on other videos. Fi amanillah.